So today we're talking about all the things I'm going to bring with me to be ready for the Boston Marathon. So this is all the things I'm going to pack in my suitcase and make sure that I'm prepared with all the recovery tools that I'll need the day before and even the day after, and just getting myself prepared for the race. So some of the things that I've got here that are really important to me is my Beastie. Thankfully, Rumble Roller gave me this. I've been dealing with a lot of tightness in my quads and my calves lately, and some knee pain a little bit. So I got to make sure that my quadriceps and my hamstring and this calf area all stays loose. So I got my Beastie here that helps to keep that nice and loose. So my foam roller. I wish I could bring my giant Rumble Roller with me, but unfortunately I can't. So I'm going to take my little baby roller with me. So thank you, Rumble Roller, for making sure that I can travel and foam roll at the same time. So these two little guys are easy to pack in my suitcase, so they'll come with me. My Boston Marathon packet. This is my passport to the marathon. All the good stuff is in here to help me go and pick up my bib packet. So let's see what's inside. So maybe you're trying to qualify for Boston and you've been watching this series and you're wondering what's inside the special packet. So we'll open it up. This is the participant guide. And inside we have my bib number, which is 10755. Then it shows me the gender, my citizenship, my date of birth, and my qualifying time that qualifies me to be in Boston, which is a 3:19:15 from last year. I am in wave 2, corral 3. So this is what I'll show when I go to pick up my bib. And it says here all the rules of like no one else can pick up your bib, and just all little details about the expo, things about the finish line. So that's my runner passport. And then let's see. Oh, all the beautiful Adidas gear. The Ultra Boost, which, by the way, I will be wearing my Ultra Boost for the marathon, my Adidas Ultra Boost shoe. So this is the shoe I'll actually be racing in for the marathon. So don't want to forget those. Those will be going in my suitcase. One of the other awesome things that I have is the findmymarathon.com pace band. So I just ordered this. I got one last year. It actually tells me my paces that I should run for my 3:08 marathon. And here it is. I'm being nice and gentle. So this is the pace for a 3:08 marathon. And it goes through each mile, roughly what the split should be. Where's my halfway point and then the final. And I made sure that it was blue and yellow for the Boston Marathon colors. And then on the back, you can actually see the elevation of the course. So you can see the downhill, and then of course the notorious, well-known Newton Hills, which you see there, mile 16 through 21, which is the toughest part of the race. You can see right here, and the beloved Heartbreak Hill. So that's the marathon pace band, which you can find at the findmymarathon.com. So it has all the different marathons across the country and their elevation, and then you can get the band and put it right on your wrist and follow along when you're racing. All right, so some of the other things that are really important for before the marathon is making sure that I'm hydrated with Nuun. So I got some regular Nuun here, and then the Nuun Energy, which is super important for me to be hydrating before the race. So I'm making sure that my Nuun comes along with me, really important hydration. I've used the Power Bar gel during the runs, during the full marathon. So those will definitely be coming along with me. This is like a new packet. So that's my fuel, the Nuun Energy and the Power Bar gel. Some of the other things I like to bring along with me are bath salts, or to take Epsom salt baths, which has magnesium in them and helps to just relieve, joint soreness or muscle soreness. So I'll be taking some Epsom salt baths before the race, so like Saturday night and Sunday night, just to make sure that I'm feeling good and relaxed. Some lavender, might put on my pillow to help me feel more relaxed, especially the night before the race when it's so hard to get sleep. So just little things like that. And then of course, all my compression gear, you know, wearing CWX is, I love to wear the compression. It helps to increase blood flow. And I just like to just feel nice and tight, you know, through before the race and of course during. So my race shorts, compression socks, probably be wearing the pants as well. And then of course my Tracksmith gear that I have on right now. Thank you, Tracksmith. Look at this BQ17T that they just came out with. Check out their IG page because they have this now available that you can pick up. Of course, these are the pants that I got from Tracksmith recently. I will also be hanging out lounging in these probably the day before the race to stay comfy. And then of course, I'll be probably wearing them the next day. And then of course, books. So a lot of times I try to, you know, try to relax a little bit, put my legs up and pass the time away with reading, which I've been doing as well lately over the taper. And Marathon Man is one of my favorite books that I've been reading along. It's about Bill Rodgers, who's won the Boston Marathon 3 times. So he's got some great stories in here about the legendary course. And so it's just exciting to read and hear his stories and what he's been through and how he shares his experience running Boston. And then of course my training journals by Lauren Fleshman I've been using. This is my one that I used last year. So I love still looking at some of the things that I wrote because when I read this, you know, I get a little emotional, but it takes me back to a time that was, you know, a little sad and depressing, but also a victorious time in my life because, you know, I was training with the labrum tear. And, you know, a lot of the time, you know, I had to kind of sit back and rest. And I took the time to journal in this journal. So there's just like, not just my training, but, you know, just words that I share, you know, when I'm even emotional times that I had. All right, so these were, this is my new one that I was using for this year. It wasn't as good documenting, but I actually got it signed by Lauren Fleshman herself. She was at the New York City Marathon this past year, and so I got the book from her. And again, there's great things in here. They got different intentions, good things about racing, how to prepare for your run. It's just a great way to stay motivated during your training cycle when you might feel down or need a pick-me-up, and a way to look also back at workouts that you're like, wow, like I achieved that, I did that. So it's nice to look back at workouts when of your training in this journal and say, yeah, I'm ready for this marathon because I did that 55-minute 8-mile tempo. Like I can run that. I'm gonna annihilate this race because I did that in training, like I did the training. So it's good to look back at your training, and these books are helpful for that. So I like to bring them along and read back on the training. Boston Bound, this book, I love the woman in this book, Elizabeth. She shares her journey, it took her 7 years to finally accomplish achieving the Boston Marathon, which I can relate to because it took me 6 years to achieve a Boston qualifying time. And here I am running my second consecutive Boston. So I love this story because it shows that sometimes even in failure, we can come out on top, and that just because we fail at one race and we don't get the BQ, it doesn't define us. You know, we can come back and one day we can have that BQ. And I'm here to say I did that. So, a couple other things here. My Compex. This is a muscle stim. It helps just to keep my muscles strong and recovered. And it gives like an active recovery. You've probably seen some of my videos or my Instagram videos with this. So this is a really important tool I put on my legs, and it vibrates the legs and it helps to keep them recovered. So that's coming along with me. My iPod. Now, I need music for the marathon. I know some people don't use it, but for me, like, I need the music. So usually I'll put it on after about mile 10. So I feel it out the beginning miles, put it on during mile 10, and then as I'm slowly coming into the last 10K of the race, and I'll probably turn off the music and take in the energy of the crowd. But I do need music for the marathon. So that's coming along, very important. And this is waterproof. So in case it rains, as of right now, the forecast is not saying that it's gonna rain, but if it did, I'm prepared. I actually bought this last year for last year's Boston Marathon. Trigger point ball as well, one of my other recovery tools with the other gear that I got here. And then of course my little runner's belt, which I use here. This is what I put my goos in. This belt has been with me since 2014. So this is my Lucky runner's belt. It's very light. It's a Nathan belt. I like it because I normally don't like anything on me at all when I run. And so this belt has been with me through so many races. So it's my lucky belt. And it fits just the right amount of goos that I need. And this is the only thing I keep on me. And it's been with me all these years. So that stays with me. This beautiful jacket will be coming with me. This is the 2017 Boston Marathon jacket, the official jacket. So I haven't worn it yet. I'll break it in after I have completed the race. And that's when I'll sport this beautiful jacket. So it'll come with me in my suitcase because I'm excited to wear it. And this is all of my stuff I'll be taking with me to Boston. And again, super excited to be sporting the Tracksmith BQT. And then of course my race singlet is actually underneath here. So I'm sporting that here. This is actually what I'll be wearing for the race. So thank you, Tracksmith. So we're 6 days out from the Boston Marathon and I am ready to go, as you can see. And I got all the gear. I'm pumped. I'm nervous. I'm a little scared. You know, you never know what to expect. That's the beauty of the marathon. You never expect the unexpected. But I'm ready. I'm trained, and I did the work, and I'm coming for you, Boston.